What's good, y'all? It's Zaire. B3 bring you base, basketball, but most importantly, the Bible. And today in church, we learned three things. Three main topics. And they are the principle of love, the principle of improvement, and Christian liberties. And Christian liberties is what really resonated with me. And I just wanted to share that with y'all for today. So the Christians in Corinth were confused about how they could still eat sacrificed meats that were still sacrificed to that idol or God. And Paul really broke this down in scripture well. So let's go to that. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1 through 4. Now about food sacrificed to idols, we know that we all possess knowledge. Knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. The man who thinks he knows something does not yet know as he ought to know, but the man who loves God is known by God. So then about eating food sacrificed to idols, we know that an idol is nothing at all in the world, but that there is no God but one. So Paul was really breaking down how there was no God but one God. But not everybody knew this. And you may ask me, how do I know this? And I know this because it says it in the Bible. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 7 through 9. But not everyone knows this. Some people are still so accustomed to idols that when they eat such food, they think of it as having been sacrificed to an idol. And since their conscience is weak, it is defiled. But food does not bring us near to God. We are no worse if we do not eat, and no better if we do. Be careful, however, that the exercise of your freedom does not become a stumbling block to the weak. As Christians, we have to put others before ourselves. And Paul gives a great example of this. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 19 through 23. Though I am free and belong to no man, I make myself a slave to everyone to win as many as possible. To the Jews I became like a Jew to win the Jews. To those under the law I became like one under the law, though I myself am not under the law, so as to win those under the law. To those not having the law I became like one not having the law, though I am not free from God's law, but am under Christ's law, so as to win those not having the law. To the weak I became weak to win the weak. I became all things to all men, so that by all possible means I might save some. I do this all for the sake of the gospel, that I may share in its blessings. Paul shows us that it is possible to put others before ourselves. So that is what I learned today, and that is what I am going to practice in my daily life. So this is Zaire signing out, once again giving you base, basketball, but most importantly, the Bible, and have a blessed day. Peace.